this is the second part of the Pink Girl Skirt by Knit and Crochet Together. I have made my band for the skirt around the waist, 1.5 inches wide, and it is 21.5 inches around the waist. And now I'm going to make sure that your string is on this side, otherwise you're going to start knitting the wrong way. The knitting string should be right here. I'm going to knit to the end of this row and then bind off.
Say on the right side. Say on the right side.
It should be on the string should be hanging down on the right side with your needle on the right hand. And then knit the rest of this row, and then we're going to bind it off and connect the circular needle, which looks like this, size 8. Alright, almost to the end of this row. Should have 70 stitches on your row. One and a half inches wide. Okay, now this is how you bind off. I'm going to bind off. Turn it this way. Knit 1. Knit 2. Take the first stitch over the second stitch. Knit 1. Take the first stitch, the second stitch over the first stitch. Keep going. See, and you're binding off. I don't know how to edit, so I'm just going to have to go to the end of this row with you together.
I know how to.
You can show me later. Next time.
I can do it for you.
Just a minute. It's not this time. I will learn though for the next time.
One next.
So we got all these stitches to go. It's binding off the needles. Isn't that nice? You don't know if you can still see me.
You can. Just don't lower your hands.
It's very sweaty today in California. Yeah, almost to the end. You have to keep pulling your thread out because it gets too short. I like it long. Lots of room to move around. Oh, shoot. Well, I knocked the stitches off. You just put them back on. Keep going. Almost to the end. So sweaty. the end. So this is going to be a nice flared out pink skirt. After we connect the round needles to this, I'm going to knit 2 rows. Don't touch it. And then on the 3rd row, I'm going to increase. On the 4th row, I'm going to increase every other stitch. And then we'll keep going until we get to the 3 inches from the band, and then we'll increase again, knit 1 stitch, increase, knit 1 stitch, increase, and it will make a nice flowing skirt. Okay, now we got to the end. I'm going to pull that out, make sure it doesn't come off. Pick up the camera, please. Make sure this is being seen. Okay, this is where I bind it off the knitting. But I'm going to go on the other side because the other side's looser. That way it's easier to just grab the ends here. So I go like this and I take each end onto my needle. Size 8 circular needle. Do you see how I'm doing that? Just getting every stitch as I go along. Isn't that neat? Going right on there. So. You can make the skirt 9 inches long, 11 inches long, whatever you want. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make the skirt. I got a big ball of yarn. I can make it pretty long. So, don't worry about the ends because after we start knitting round and round, I'll end up getting a yarn needle and stitching the end together. You should leave, I didn't leave a long enough tail. You should leave a tail like that long so that you can use it to sew up the side. Kind of short. My bad. Okay, so then you take the other end of this round needle, make sure it's even like that. It's laying flat. And actually, I ended up making this on this side, so I'm going to have to tie it off and reattach it to the other side. Scissors. Knife. I don't have any scissors, so I am going to just break it off with my teeth. I'm going to make it long enough so that I can sew up the edge here when it's together like this with this yarn that I break off. Okay, now take this thread, tie it to the other end, there. I'm going to double knot it, make sure it's secure. Then we will start knitting around the circular needle. Just gonna knit every stitch this time. needle. Comes off the needle, you just put it back on. Oops. I just want to keep going because I want to show you what you do when you get to the end. When you get to the end of this row, and then we'll go on to pink skirt, knit and crochet together, part 3. Oops, I knocked it off again. You knock it off, just put it back on.
After this cycle, after this, can you bring me to Dollar Tree?
I'm on a video. I can't answer questions on video.
You can.
They won't. Let me do this.
Not all of the row? Yeah, you can.
Okay, we're almost to the end of the row.
It can't be all the same.
Hang on there. Okay, we got about 6-7 more stitches here. You get to the end of the row on a circular needle. What do you do?
I couldn't open it.
Well, I knitted it onto a regular needle, but it doesn't matter. The second row I'm going to knit onto a circular needle. There it is. I am very fallible. Bear with me.
That's why they're off the colors.
Oh my god. Oh, they're the same color. I got confused. Okay, here is the circular needle. You can see it has the plastic and the other needles on there. Doesn't matter. We'll just make the band a little bit thicker. One row thicker. It's okay. One thing I've learned about crafting things, and when you make a mistake, you don't always have to start over. You can compromise a little bit. So the band's just going to be a tiny bit wider. It's okay. Sometimes if I make a mistake, I just make it look like it was done on purpose by making the other side the same way. That's how you create new projects, new inventions. There, now it's going on to the circular needle. And we want to see what's going to happen when we get to the end of this needle. And how do you keep going round and round? Almost done. Ah! That's when you have to pull up thread. It's too tight. So almost to the end of the row again. It's okay. We were gonna knit 2 rows anyway and then increase on the 3rd and the 4th row, so it doesn't matter. Okay, when you get to the end of the circular needle row, you just put that needle down, start knitting with the circular needle end. There's the end. It's going to make it a circle. Got to pull it tight. Actually, how does this go? Wait a minute. It's gonna get. Okay. I gotta. When you do that and your string's like this, you gotta turn it back around and knit again to get the string where it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay, we got the circular needle on there. If you keep knitting round and round, it'll be on this circle. And it doesn't look like it right now, but it will be on the circular needle, and it'll go into a circle. I just want to make sure it's in a circle when we stop this video and go on to Knit and Crochet Together Pink Skirt 3. See, now it's getting on the needle. Believe it or not, it will come together on this other end. Once you start knitting all the way around, it will be one round knit. It won't be separated like that. Let me get to it. Okay, on part 3, I will show you how to increase on the 3rd and 4th row and show you that this did come together in one big circle.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Okay. Thank you.